overpass in Calcutta collapses, killing at least 15 people.
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
Donald Trump says women who get abortions should be punished. And Humber Earth Week wraps up with green events.
Hi, and welcome to Humber News. I'm Giancarlo Di Peco, coming to you from our newsroom here at Humber College North Campus. We begin with developing news from India, where an overpass collapsed, killing at least 15 people and injuring more than 100 others. Officials say those numbers are expected to rise. The overpass fell onto the busy streets of Calcutta today. Police say they're estimating that 150 people are trapped, but there's no way of knowing for sure. Residents have joined rescue efforts to get out of the rubble. People have been moving what they can by using their hands. Heavy machinery was brought in to lift cars, but wasn't strong enough to lift the concrete slabs. Reports say projects in India have had poor safety standards, and the 2-kilometer overpass has been under construction since 2009. U.S. Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump is causing controversy once again. This time, he's come out swinging against abortion.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
10 cents, 10 years,
I don't
what?
know. That I don't know. That
Why
I don't
not?
know. I don't know.
You take positions and everything else.
Frankly, I do take positions and everything else. It's a very complicated position.
Trump's comments during an interview Wednesday night drew heavy criticism from abortion rights supporters and led Trump to revise his statements. He later said abortion laws should be handled by each state, and even later changed his stance again, saying it should be doctors who perform abortions who are punished. The abortion comments weren't the only thing causing alarm. During the interview, Trump also said he would not rule out using nuclear weapons in the Middle East or Europe. World leaders are gathering in Washington, D.C. for the final nuclear security summit. Leaders from more than 50 countries, including Canada, are taking part. The Chinese president has arrived for the meeting. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is also there and spoke about how Canada is ready to work with whoever wins the U.S. presidency. Much of the discussion over the next 2 days will revolve around nuclear terrorism and finding ways to stop terrorists from making atomic explosives or dirty bombs. After the attacks in Brussels, there's concern that ISIS plans to make such weapons. Syrian soldiers have started the painstaking task of demining Palmyra after driving out ISIS. Syrian soldiers drove the ISIS army out of Palmyra on Sunday. ISIS had rigged most of the roads with explosives to be detonated once civilians returned. The militants took the city last year and destroyed many of its ancient temples. Meanwhile, Russian airstrikes are targeting ISIS facilities near the city. Video released by the Russian military shows an ammunition depot being destroyed by fighter jets. After 3 days of live fire exercises, Russia has ended its tank drills near the Ukraine border. For the past 3 days, crews spent 50 hours practicing battle skills, driving through water pits and firing at targets. Last year, a peace deal signed by Russia, Ukraine, France, and Germany aimed to give Ukraine back control of its borders with Russia. However, increased violence in recent weeks has put that deal in doubt. Here at home, if you rely on the TTC to get around, the transit agency says its new services introduced earlier this week will help with your commute. At Kipling Station this morning, officials touted the new 188 Kipling South rocket. It's aimed at helping Humber's Lakeshore campus students. The route has only 4 stops between the subway and the campus. Scarborough, North York, and Humber North riders will also have new commuting options. Mayor John Tory says officials have heard loud and clear the need for new investments.
The people have said loud and clear to me, and I think they've said it to my colleagues as well, get on with it.
The new routes will cost an extra $5 million a year, but officials say with overcrowding, it's money well spent. And we have a follow-up to a story we told you about yesterday. An arrest has been made after a vandal broke into the Etobicoke Civic Center early Tuesday morning and left it in shambles. 28-year-old Adam Perron of no fixed address was arrested late Wednesday night in connection with the crime. Police say the perpetrator smashed windows, computers, and discharged a fire extinguisher. The Civic Center is closed until further notice. Several vehicles were also vandalized. Police estimate the damage to be between $50,000 and $100,000. Today is the fourth day of Humber's Earth Week. There have been different events going on around campus, like a white elephant sale, a panel discussion, and a campus cleanup. Humber reporter Katie Jones is at the Student Center and joins us live. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Giancarlo. Can you hear me? I hope so. All right, so I am standing here in the Student Center. It is day 4 of the HSF Earth Week, and today it is Earth Day. So it's been very busy here today, but they actually were so busy they ran out of one of their main attractions. Behind me is a bike, but it's not just any bike. Students were able to come and make organic smoothies by pedaling, and then it would use kinetic energy to actually power the blender. So right now I have Zach with me, and he is the president of CIVIC, the group that actually made this bike. So I want to know, how was the turnout today?
It was incredible. We had a lineup almost up the stairs.
And why was it so busy? Why were students excited for this?
Well, I think people were excited because they had the chance to see how easy it is to build something like this, and it's a sustainable project. You're not using any electricity, and it's fun to pedal a bike and make your own smoothie, get a reward from it.
Absolutely. Well, even though this attraction is no longer going on, there are still a couple stations set up for some DIY projects. Students can come and make organic detergent as well as organic house cleaner. And it goes on till 3 o'clock today, so come on by. It's in the Student Center. And tomorrow, Humber's Earth Week wraps up. Katie Jones, Humber News, and back to you in the newsroom, Giancarlo.
There's some news out of yesterday's HSF annual general meeting. HSF has changed the academic requirements for executive positions. More than 50 students signed up for the town hall style event. HSF President Ahmed Tahir outlined changes to the Constitution, the budget, and ratified the election results before opening up the floor for questions. Issues include a rebranding initiative, a restructured budget, and changes in the requirements for running for HSF president.
Yeah, so one of the two biggest ones were changes to our Constitution, which now allow our vice presidents to be full-time and also allow them to, we were basing now their eligibility on them not being on academic probation rather than 70% average. And so that's the one key thing as well. Another one was also approval of our...
The issue of academic qualifications resurfaced a few weeks ago when HSF presidential candidate Mickey Decker was disqualified from the election because of her grades. Turning now to a groundbreaking story down south, residents of a mobile home park in Florida had to watch their step after Mother Nature surprised the community. A large sinkhole appeared in Tarpon Springs yesterday, and residents were forced to leave their homes. Local media reported the 18-meter-wide sinkhole was just a meter away from the mobile home community. Officials say they were aware of the hole when the road work took place a few weeks ago. No injuries have been reported. A huge storm system has brought heavy rain, strong winds, and severe weather warnings to Oklahoma. The dangerous storm ripped through parts of the state last night, with reports of tornado damage to buildings, trees, and cars. A tornado blew the roof off a local church during a prayer meeting where several residents suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The church pastor says despite the terrifying weather, his churchgoers were safe and sound.
We were huddled right in here. We just were all balled up in a ball here and praying. And everything blew in around us, but we were good.
As many as 4 tornado sightings were reported from Tulsa to Kansas. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll tell you what's happening in the world of sports. And Jaleesa Messiah will have your 3-day forecast.
It's a wet one out here, folks, and the rain isn't going to stop anytime soon. We'll have your 3-day forecast when we get back.
But first, we have your daily dose of panda cuteness. Today, there's a twist. You might want to take a closer look at these pandas. They're made out of paper. The 1,600 sculptures represent the number of pandas left in the wild, and each one is said to have its own expression and personality. Maybe you'll even get to see them yourself, because these guys are on tour and finish up in Thailand on April 10th. And check out these cute guys. They're not made out of paper. 2 rescued sea turtles have arrived in style for rehab. The turtles were flown into SeaWorld's Animal Rescue Center for treatment and rehabilitation. They were found stranded along the northern Oregon coast back in December. Thunder and lightning got their names from being stranded after 2 winter storms. These two relieved turtles now have their very own heated saltwater pool to call home.